that day?
Well, the Fiesta de Las Rosas was a celebration that San Jose would do. It was celebrating the Spanish conquest over the natives, over the Chicanos, the Mexicans. You know, that's what it was. And it's really a race. Well, you know, Spanish. What is a Spaniard? What is Spaniard? Spaniard is a white person. A lot of people confuse it. Oh, I'm not white. I'm Spanish. Okay, white people. Where do they come from? What continent do they come from? Europe. What continent is Spain in? Europe. Mm-hmm. So that makes them a Gabacho. Even Jorge Gonzalez and I am Joaquin says the Gachopin Cortez. So, you know, actually, people, you know, Spaniards are white people. That's what they are. They're white. They're Anglos. Well, that's what was a celebration. So we got, they were having a big parade, you know, and a big celebration, something like the Gabachos celebrate Mexican Independence Day, Cinco de Mayo that they call, which isn't. There was a big celebration. You know, they have a parade and everything, and right in the middle of the parade, right in front of the charros, because the charros were on horseback. We came out into the street and we started, you know, boycotting the whole thing. You know, telling people, you know, that this is racist. This shouldn't be. This is, you know, they're downgrading our people. You know, mm-hmm. why we celebrating the conquest? And the police was called in, of course. So we ended up fighting with the police. We had an all-out riot down on the main street, First Street, in San Jose. This is in the summer of 1969. And you know, Chemo was out there, and he got arrested because he was telling, he was yelling in Spanish, telling people, you know, careful, you know, get back, you know, the police, you know, just telling people to stay away and stuff like that. And he got arrested for speaking erratically. Mm. And he got taken to Agnews State Hospital was hospital for the insane, because he was speaking erratically.
How do you get out of an insane asylum? You can't. You can't. Like, oh, I'm not crazy. Yeah, that's what, you know. So yeah.
So what ended up happening?
Well, like I said, we started fighting with the police, confrontation. Well, actually, the police started it. What they did is that it comes out on Facebook. I don't know if you've seen it at the beginning, where this lady's confronted by a cop.
A motorcycle ran over her front.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
She caught the cops. See, the way the police would start a riot is what they would do is they would come in and they would beat the women first and push them. And what happens when they push women? The men get mad, and then you start off. You know, and that's the way it started. We ended up throwing blow. We ended up fighting with them on First Street, going down from Santa Clara on First Street. We fought with them probably, see, it's about half a mile between Santa Clara and San Carlos. Quarter of a mile, about half a mile, fighting with the police riot down there, and then we made a right on San Carlos, and we went up about 2 to 3 blocks in front of the Civic Auditorium. There was a gas station right across the street, and the police surrounded us. And they started, you know, arresting people one by one. And that's a picture that you see where I'm going on top of the Cadillac. Mm-hmm. That was right in that place where we're
riding.
walking.
Standing on top of an automobile, holding his banner aloft, his grimaced youth taunted spectators and VIP in the viewing stands. This incident followed the violence of First Street, and this is Danny.
I was 17 years old.
That's the man you see right there, 17 years old.
So seen in the top left.
This is the incident. You can see him right there standing on the Cadillac. He said it was a Cadillac, so
We were surrounded by the police.
they were surrounded by the police.
And the banner that I'm waving in that picture, it says La Raza Unida. And there was another person that was carrying it, but cops beat him down, and the flag, the banner went down. So I picked up the banner and I put it on my back, and I was walking with it. And until we got blocked in over there, and they started arresting us. And that's when I jumped off the Cadillac and I started waving it, because there was a lot of spectators, a lot of VIPs that were there at the Civic Auditorium, because the parade goes from First Street and it goes down to San Carlos.
Mm-hmm.
Like I says, we're just waving it and stuff, and the police, they had us surrounded at the gas station, and they were arresting people one by one. They're picking them off, and me and Luis's brother, we were in that crowd, and we were figuring how we're going to get out. So there was about 3 or 4 priests that were in that crowd also. They started walking to the police. They said, well, these guys are going to try to walk out. Here we go. We're right along with the police, with this priest. When the priest walked out, we walked out with them. And we got out of that crowd. And they arrested a few. I said a lot of people. Sal got taken to Agnew's mental facility. He was locked up over there. He did time for that, And everybody dispersed. Later on that evening, Black Berets got together, and we were talking. We need a plan. What are we going to do? This happened. What are we going to do to let them know? So what we did is we got our women, and we got guys, and we sent them out throughout the whole city of San Jose. At that time, the telephone poles had fire alarms. You just pull them. Mm-hmm. So we had people going around all over town pulling those fire alarms. We had women calling dispatch 911, calling the police, saying they're being raped or being murdered. Fires were started in different parts of town. We actually put San Jose in a panic. And of course, there's people that always took the credit for it. All the time, We would take care of business, but we wouldn't talk about it. This is, I think this is one of the few times I have to talk about it, because
50 years later.
Yeah.
It needs to be talked about.
50 years later, it's never been talked about it because, it's 50 years later. It has to be known because very little is known about the Black Berets, and what we actually did.